Hi guys, how are you? I am just doing spontaneous live, a late one. It's 10:30. I'm not totally fully healed on my own journey here, but I just wanted to talk about a little bit about something I just realized. Let me just see how I can start this. And if you have any questions during this, you're always welcome. You join me the next live. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, it looks like my microphone works fine. I wanted to talk about an urgent message, so to say, to all the healers. And I was inspired by this by a friend. Hey, I see also one of them are in the comments, being so sweet as always. And she and other recent acquaintances has reminded me to deliver. I wouldn't say it's the spirit world saying I have to deliver this. It's more like a passion of mine, and I didn't think I would do it now, but now I'm here. I'm talking about it anyways. I wanted to address all you healers out there. All of you wonderful, amazing healers that are not necessarily spending their time and devotion to heal other people, like knowingly that is what they do. Maybe you don't know that you actually are healing people. Maybe you are not aware of this. Maybe you don't know your own power and how amazing and strong you are. But I am often in contact with all of you, my followers, and also I'm a follower of you guys as well. And there's so many of you having these abilities to heal other people and to tune into other people's energy. And let me just start where I can, because this is an urgent message to all healers. The main message is, and I can start with this. When are you tired of pleasing and making everyone happy around you, and especially the people that don't deserve you being, a pleaser or healing them in a way that they didn't ask for? So if I can be clear in this in any way, it would be, why is it that you keep helping people around you and you keep forgiving them? It's an amazing ability that you have. I know this. I'm a recovering healer myself. But why is it that you think that it's just okay stepping right back into the same pain and the same hardship over and over and forgiving the actual perpetrators or narcissists or psychopaths or unbalanced, emotionally unavailable, gaslighting people around you? So that's the main message. It is, why do you keep hurting yourself this way? I'm not shaming you. I'm asking you why. It's an actual question. Why do you want to keep pleasing the same people that to begin with will never give you the pleasure of telling you that they love you, that they appreciate you, that you are everything they wanted? Why do you still do so much for them when they don't give back, when they only take, when they don't care what you are and what you think, they don't respect you? Why do you give away your light to people who are like a big black hole of energy? You don't have to do that. You can be in the world in a way where you don't need to be there for other people that way. You don't need to please people to be loved. And let me just start in a place where I rewind a little bit. And recently I had a lot of contact with so many wonderful people, especially now. I've been in bed trying to heal myself, and I've had some extra time and the past couple of days. And I just realized there's so many, and also I have myself had a tendency to keep people around that didn't deserve that I was around them. Not that I'm so special or that I cannot be around people who don't appreciate me, but why would I be around people who don't appreciate the actual the thing that I do? And yeah, and let me see. One of the women that I'm inspired by, she says, I realized I was doing it for a couple of reasons. One, I was afraid of karmic retribution until I realized karma doesn't work that way. That's true. Two, I wanted them to love me and just doesn't work that way. And that's very great insight. Thank you for sharing that. If you ever in a situation where you feel like you have to do something to be liked, to be loved, or anything similar to that, that you think you have to be at service for people to like you, then you're out of alignment with yourself. You don't need to be something else that you're not. You don't need to make a special effort to be liked. You should definitely be just like you are, and if people don't like you, or they lock you up, or they hate you, or they push you away, or they shame you, or they take things away from you, or they try to gaslight you, or they will not respect your boundaries, these are not people to be served. And I'm saying this because I know it's part of your journey that you had to do all these things, and it's not wrong that you did it. There's nothing wrong with you that you felt this way, that you wanted to do that. What is wrong is what is unbalanced, and it's not wrong. It's actually a wrong word to use, is saying wrong, because what is right and what is wrong is it depends on the situation and the person and all that. But we all know that. So let me get back to the point. If you keep choosing to be at service for people to get the recognition for the people, you yourself are trying to throw your energy into a black hole, and these people didn't choose for you to do so. You chose to be a victim of their behavior. When you choose to be a victim of other people's behavior, and especially because it's usually bad behavior that they have, again, there's no bad or good, but it's not a behavior that serves you very well. The best way these things can serve you is to create awareness, realize what it's teaching you and how strong those teachings are. Because when someone is hurting you and you realize the pain and you take care of the pain and you put up boundaries or you say no to them, also realizing that this makes you strong. This makes you understand where your boundaries are, and you feel hurt and you react towards that hurt. Just get this before I strangle myself on this. So the more you realize that you're hurt and you look at who hurt me, or more correctly, who did I let pain, I'm not very good at speaking English today apparently, but why did I let these people allow to hurt me? So that is the real question, because nobody hurts you if they don't have access to your emotions, if they don't have access passing all your boundaries and borders of who you are and what you stand for. These people are still in your life because someone, meaning you, allowed them to keep being in your life. And this is why I keep saying, and I've said before, dear healers, just because it's your family, just because you grew up with that friend, just because you've known them for a long time, doesn't make it a balanced friendship, family, relationship, whatever it is. It's not something that puts in the writing, like you don't have to sign that document. You don't have to keep signing that document. If you put up boundaries and they don't want to hang out with you and they want to push you away or they'll shame you, let them. This will show you their true colors. I actually used to say this, which is a little bit toxic in some ways. I realize now, and some years ago, but you will never know anyone until you broke up with them. So you will never know your boyfriend, girlfriend until you broke up with them. All I meant to say with this is that they always show their true colors, meaning that it's not always in their best moments you will see their true colors. And this goes right back to me. All the ways that I've been acting or behaving. Hey, fly, please go away. There's a fly that wants to be in the live here. And I guess it's teaching me a lesson. But, I mean, from all the times that I've been in relationships and I've been misbehaving and I haven't stepped out of the relationship in a healthy way, this also will catch up to me at some point. And you will see my true colors when you will see my, it's one, the woman that inspired me, she says, let the fly be. That's true. And she also wrote, it teaches us to self-love. And the reason why I don't mention her name right now is because there's no reason to that, because it's not only her, there's 3 or 4 different women that I'm inspired, actually one guy also. But yeah, let me go back to it. There's a reason for people showing their true colors, and it is when you are the most perfect version, the most authentic version that you are, and you show your true colors. In some situations, I would say it's not worth the fight. So if you are in actual danger, if you have an ex-boyfriend, you want to break up with him, and he hits you, and he coerces you, and he is fear-mongering you, he, I don't know, mistreats you in any shape or form or way, this is not the time to maybe try to speak sense into a person, because you trying to do that is actually you believing this person is able to change. And that is also why you're stuck in all those relationships with either guys or family or friends. It's because your trust or belief in that they can change, and that's a beautiful belief, but you're wasting it. You're wasting on people that do not want to be that change that you're looking for. So instead, you should find some other people or some other person that you can give that change to, someone who actually wants it. So like when someone reaches out to me and say, Mark, can you help me put this change in my life? I feel I'm stuck here. How do I get out of it? And the way we can work through that is because if people are stuck in some situation and they are feeling pain, but they still stay in that situation, you haven't learned from the pain. You have only learned to cope with the pain. And I guess it makes you stronger, and it makes you stay in pain and in aching pain, and you would still stay there. And I mean, this doesn't serve you. I don't believe that it serves you. Sometimes we need to get hard lessons to really understand what's going on in the world, and really understand what's going on in our lives. But really, how many times do you need to be hit by the same hammer in the same head in your own face? I mean, at some point you must have let go of that coping mechanism and felt the pain so you can actually get out of this. And every time the universe hits us in our face like that, this is for the reenactment action I'm doing, real life action like this. It's incredible acting I'm doing. No, but it keeps hitting you that like that, the universe, and you're like, ouch, that hurt. And you'll be like, oh, go away. Or, oh, what did I do wrong? No, it's not like that. It's not because you did something wrong. Just realize what situation you are in. Just like the fly before, I could have realized and paused and be like, why is this fly here? Well, it might be here because it's not attracted to the fly lamp over there. I'm not doing my anti-fly lamps very well these days. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just me. I should do more fun in my life, or I should have more fun. I don't know. It could be anything. But asking myself, what could it be? What is this trying to teach me, especially when it's pain? You don't want to stay in it too long. You don't want to postpone any realization of what is good for you. So you rather do that, you step out of the pain and realize what caused you that pain was you, in collaboration with either your family or friends or ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever, whoever hurt you. That pain that they taught you is not meant for you to just accept that pain and be like, well, sometimes pain hurts. Hey, Amano. Sometimes pain hurts, and that's okay. I should just cope with it and be like Jesus and turn the other cheek. No, I mean, in situations where you're actually hurt and you really realize it's someone else hurting you and you allow these people or this person to hurt you, this is a very huge invitation for you to step out of that and realize that this is not helping you. This is not something that's good for you. It's actually trying to wake you up. Like how much, when you wake someone up when they're really drunk or they fainted or they are really, occupied by something else, people slap them in their face or they go like, hey, dude, wake up or something like that. So when they do those things, it's an invitation for you to wake up. So you not waking up and you not choosing to do anything. Maybe you feel stuck in your life. Maybe you feel like it's a big decision. How can I, get out of this in a good way? But one fact is, if you postpone that and you procrastinate on it and be like, oh, wait a minute, what if I make a bad decision? What if the decision I thought I should make to get out of this painful situation might hurt me even more? You know what? You went through pain just right now, and you think that the next step might hurt you also. That might be true. But are you already ready for that pain? Have you already learned that lesson? Yes. That's why you're moving out of that. And so the invitation is to whatever comes after this is okay. I might be hurt again. Also because you're in the frequency right now of, let's say you're in a family of someone who's violent and you want to escape that. And if you know in a relationship or have any friendship or that's verbally or physically violent, and you want to get out of it, of course, it's great to seek help, but some people are not fortunate enough to do that. So what would be better is stepping out of that pain instead of getting used to it and actually moving forward. And yes, there might be pain on the other side of that too, but then learn that lesson and move on. The more that you bump your head into pain, and the funny thing is with the universe, as much as you trust in it and love it, just realize it's going to give you a lot of pain right after one after another until you realize this is my boundaries. This is where I say no. This is the N vitamin. So, as I shared a video, N vitamin is the vitamin you need to take daily, and it's about the ability to say no. It's not an actual vitamin, but it's going to feel like that because one day you'll be really great at saying no to horrible situations. So there's a huge invitation for you to step out of whatever doesn't serve you right now. And you might be gaslighting yourself and thinking, oh, this doesn't serve me. I'm in a relationship right now and he's not doing what I tell him to do. So maybe I should just leave the relationship. No, maybe you should realize that you cannot always get your own will, but you should not be sacrificed by someone else getting their will. You should not compromise that much that it actually leads to so much pain that you cannot live with it and you cannot cope with it. So I realized myself that living with my father was a really bad choice. I had a tough childhood growing up. He hit me and he coerced me, and it was like living in a fascist regime sometimes. My main focus in my childhood was trying to please my dad so I wouldn't have pain anymore. And you know what happened? I kept getting more and more pain. I kept getting more and more hurt because I was at service for him. I was giving my energy away to my father, thinking, of course, I was very young, so it's not like I could just run away right then and there. But then that's not true either, because that's only supports the narrative of me staying, right? I could run away every freaking day if I wanted to. I could even not go home, and that's eventually what I did. Sorry, the washing machine is making noise, but eventually that's what I did. I didn't go home during after school. I could feel his emotions. That's part of my gifts of feeling other people's emotions. I could feel my father's emotions all the way from school over to his clinic, or all the way at home when he just arrived home, and I could feel his mood all the way at school. And I thought everyone could do this. I thought it was very normal. And so I tried to understand, like, why could I feel his emotions, but I tried to avoid his bad and his low vibrating energies when he was angry. So, because if he was angry, he would hit me, or he would throw my toys away, or he would burn my toys, or he would lock me in my room or something like that. So I learned through all this pain, so many variants of what I could do. If I just do this, he won't be angry, but it wouldn't work the next time or the next time again. It might work 5 times, but then he realized it. It's like a game of chess. every time I give my energy away to him, he would always find a new way to get back at me. So this means in many ways, you keep stepping into pain. You keep being hit in the face by the universe trying to teach you lessons. And it's asking you, when is enough enough? And you should ask yourself this. When is enough enough? If you've been locked up like I have by my own parents, or you've been hit by someone you loved, or you have been coerced by the people that you loved just because maybe you didn't get the injection, or you've been shamed for not thinking the same way or doing the things that other people wanted you to do or feel, these things are not okay. These things are part of our bad behavior or bad nature. And let people do whatever they think is their highest and best good, even though you can see it's not. And you can maybe also feel that they want your light, and they want to limit you somehow, because then they can keep the control. One of the people that I'm inspired by, someone close to her, kept paying for her just to keep her in her place. So she wouldn't go and get a job. So she wouldn't, go out and travel, or she wouldn't learn how to say no. So this is also a way of coercion, and being spoiled can be one way also by, keeping people uninformed and keeping people limited. These are all many ways to limit you. So before I read one of the comments, some beautiful thing that's written also, I want to say again, when is enough enough? When do you realize that you had enough of this pain, and see it as an invitation for you to step out of that pain, because that pain has been happening over and over. And you will, because you are in a frequency with accepting pain, you will meet more pain. But it doesn't mean that the pain gets worse. It just means the pain that you step into next might be, a little bit, feel like a little bit more unpleasant because you haven't experienced that pain before. Or if you realize it very quickly that you are on a frequency where you used to accept pain, but you will no longer, this will make a tendency for you to say no a lot, even to things you might not have said no to in a year. But right now, that's fine, because you need practice. You need to actually process that, and tell your closest friends, people you trust in, that you don't have any issues with. I'm sorry, I'm going through, not be sorry, but tell them, I'm going through a phase where I have a hard time saying no, but I'm practicing. So realize if I'm saying no to you, it's not because I personally don't like you. It's just I really have to be aware of my boundaries. And this is the main theme of the healer, having boundaries, understanding when to say no. And some of the comments on my live is laws of attraction. Like the law of attraction will say, if you are on a frequency accepting violence, you would say, oh, I'm breaking up with this guy or this girl, and I'll step into another relationship, and guess what? 3 months later, this person turns out to be violent as well. It's because you are on the frequency of it, and so you will attract more of it. But then the universe asks you, so this new person hit you. Will you now set up a new boundary or border, or step out of that relationship, or will you accept it and be like, well, he said he didn't mean to, but you already showed, this person already showed the true colors of that person, so why would you stay there? It's like going to a burger restaurant and realizing that you feel like that you want to go to a burger restaurant, but when you're there, they only serve salads, and that's not what you wanted. But you still sit there hoping that one day a steak will walk by and say, here's dinner. No, it doesn't happen that way. If the person doesn't serve burgers but only serve salad, then leave that place if you want burgers, or vice versa. It's a funny example. Sorry. One of the people in the comments, and thanks for this, real inspiration, thanks. Saying no to others is very often a yes to oneself, and that's very true. We have I think it's also an English saying, but it says, if one door closes, a new one opens in Danish. There's always another opportunity in the end of I can't say it in English, sorry. But what I meant to say is that when you say no to someone, you will realize how many yeses are being followed later on. And she also says, have to ability to sense emotions like that, for me, has resulted in an internal battle because I felt so sorry for them. And that's true. What you will realize is that the reason you serve them is because you feel sorry for them. You kind of have this eventually pleaser behavior. So you want to take care of this person that mistreats you, because you can see right through them. You might see even their potential. And so you're like, oh, I know this person has potential. So maybe one day they'll stop hurting me or hitting me or doing things that's not pleasant, and they might treat me good. I just really have to show them that I'm a good person, that I deserve that. No, you already deserve that now. You don't have to wait for it. And you might be scared, maybe someone not as good as this person comes along later. Now you're on the frequency of low vibration, of being like, I don't deserve good people. I will never get abundance. Things will never get better. What if it's a loss if I walk away from this person? If that is your path, you would stay in this mindset, but it would be lying to yourself, because that's not true. And I think you listening to this, even, and if you still listen to it, I think it's because you know that you need to do something about this. And I think you know there's people in your life that doesn't serve you anymore. And that's okay. You realizing it is the first step. And you maybe not calling them anymore, or maybe not hanging out with them anymore, or being like, you know what, I like you as a person, but I think the way that I become in our friendship, relationship, or in this family, I don't think it serves me or you, and they won't understand. So you don't need to explain why. You just say, I'm going through something right now, and so I won't be spending time with you. I need to look at some things myself and try to live in a different way that I have before. You don't even have to explain. You can also, if you are in a relationship with violence, I urge you to make sure the person doesn't have access to your phone, and then just get out of it as fast as you can. And if you have friends that they know, don't tell anyone where you're going, and stay away for a long while, 3 to 6 months, maybe even more, depending on how violent this person is. And at the time that you're away, write down all the things that you remember of the violence or the mistreatment or the gaslighting every time you come to think of it. And the reason why you want to do this, 2 things, because if something happens later on, and you shouldn't be afraid of this, because if you stay strong, these things won't happen because you're not in the frequency of fear. But if you realize that maybe one day I need to witness some of these things, or I have to have this in a court case or something, that you might need that paper. But even better, one day you can literally read that paper, and at a full moon, if you're spiritual in any way, you'll release that energy and that frequency by burning that paper, but also writing a new paper of all the lovely things you want to give yourself, treat yourself, and also how wonderful, amazing your next boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, family member, or whatever you choose to have in your future is going to treat you, and how amazing it is. Just writing into your future of how amazing it will be in that future. I know it sounds a little bit funny for people who are not spiritual, but all in all, this will actually help you in a healing process, releasing the old and realizing you connect to something new and higher in yourself and around you. So all in all, stop. And thank you also for listening to all you people, wonderful people in the comments. As I said in the live, I won't mention names in the live as much as I can, because I'm speaking about some people, and I don't want someone to interpret that I'm talking about someone in the comments or something. So that's why I leave out names, but I appreciate you all writing a lot. So all in all, ask yourself, why would you still accept the situation of pain? Realize the pain will not end. Even if it will end, you don't have to stay in it. These people have already hurt you. And what would you tell a good friend that went through the same thing as you did? Would you tell them to stay with the people who abuse them? Or would you tell them to get up and leave? And like, it's already now that you need to do something about it. It's actually right now you need to do something about it. Don't wait. Avoid waiting and actually start doing it now. Planning your way out of this. Where's your boundaries? What do you need to do? Don't overthink it. Just move on intuition and do the things that's necessary. And yeah, it's not going to be perfect, but who cares? Because you have already been used to pain, and so new pain won't hurt you that much. You're so strong already that, you have so many insights of how people can mistreat other people. And so when you realize that this is not serving you anymore, you will slowly let go and shed all those annoying, bad, idiotic people off of you, and you'll be way better and in a better place. And I trust that you can do this, and I believe that you can do this. So if you experience any type of real violence, and that means physical violence, rape, or even real deep coercion or threatened, like blackmailing or threats, you should contact either police or a helpline, a hotline, anything like that. So Google that and see how you can get help. Realize it might be in some countries, depending on where in the world you live, there's some countries that won't understand your situation, and they maybe don't have that system. So you can also maybe seek help in other countries or using a hotline in a foreign country to see what they recommend you do. There's a lot of free stuff online, so I hope you will search for that if you are really in a bad situation. But I do wish you well, and I wish you a lot of healing, but start trying to focus on the people who actually appreciate you and the healing abilities that you have. It's amazing that you went through all these hard lessons and you believed in yourself and other people that much that you would even ignore your own feelings just to make them happy or make them better. But I do hope that this wakes you up a little bit, and if not, inspires you to at least take the first step. Maybe this is not the last live you hear this same thing. Maybe it won't even be from my mouth. Maybe it be from someone else. But realize you are stepping into awakening, and that you are asked to no longer accept people coercing you, gaslighting you, hurting you in any way, and find your own path by start collecting people who actually respect, love you, treat you good. I hope this resonates with you. Anyways, I should go back to bed and drink a lot of water. I hope you would take good care of yourself. If you do feel that you want a coaching session with me or something like that, you can reach me on markbarner.com or even through this Instagram profile or whatever you need. But I would also say speak to good friends about your pain. Holding it in will never heal anything. Getting it out, speaking about it, especially if you're a healer. Move, dance, whatever you need that you feel helps. But don't do it to then ignore it and go back to whatever coercion you're in. Then if you stay in it too long, you might feel that an illness will catch up, because that's how our bodies work. Keeping trauma in the body is not healthy. So I wish you well, and I believe that you can do it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all the comments. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys listening in. See you next time.